right, this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5, starting at verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. But the Most High of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushai, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. With that, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem Rachapadash, and double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were well. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. And I bring that precept out so we can understand what's required of us. And one of the things that is required of us is suffering. All right. And one thing that stuck out in that precept to me the most was niggas in the world. As it says, we're going to suffer afflictions, the ones that have been called to do the work, but the people of the world are also suffering afflictions. But the prize is that we're going to be rewarded for our afflictions. All right. When it says it's going to establish us and strengthen us. All right. That's talking about us getting those crowns and getting the victory at the end. And it's very frustrating to see niggas win all the time. You know, it's very frustrating, you know, because they basically have sold out. They've forsaken the Most High. Even when you remind them, all right, what it is, break it down logically, that they just have no regard for it, you know, and you see them winning and getting consolations in this world, man. But, you know, ultimately, even though it's tough for us because we understand a lot more, the Lord really cursed them, man. Like there's a phrase in the world that says, you know, ignorance is bliss. All right, ignorance is bliss, and that's true, and that's what Jake is experiencing right now. The 2/3 of them. All right, but that's really not a blessing because that bliss is temporary. Not only is it temporary, it's gonna make the pain and suffering feel way worse because a lot of what's mingled in there is pride. All right. And you got to remember that if you are called to do this thing, man, that is a heavy thing, man. That is not nothing to scoff at. And ultimately, it's gonna take a lot. You know, it's gonna feel like it's a lot at times. But one of the things that keep me in it is that we're gonna get that reward. All right. And for me personally, the main thing that keeps me in it is knowing the destruction that's going to happen, man. The fear of the Lord, that is what keeps me in this thing, man. So if you're feeling tired and wearied, you know, doing the work, or tired and wearied of watching, you know, wickedness flourish, all right, our forefathers went through the same thing, man. That's why it's important to pick up the scriptures and just read sometimes, all right? Because you have scriptures that you've read the whole Bible, you've read it before, but then it's like you forgot. You're like, damn, my forefathers were going through these things, man. All right, that spirit that feel like, Lord, I don't know if I can keep going, you know. But that's just a demon, man. All right, that's a demon, and remember, you're in a fight whether you want to swing back or not. Satan is out to get you. All right. And if you let these thoughts of weakness fester, you don't rebuke it and you don't pray, all right, they're going to get the better of you, man. All right? Make sure your heart and your spirit is right. And that's why that scripture, that precept also said, cast all your cares on the Most High, man. All right? Make sure your heart is right in this thing. And make sure your mind and your spirit is tuned to what the Lord has got going on. And the main thing that the Lord is against is wickedness, man. All right? You should have a mind and a heart towards keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You should have a mind of faith and watching. All right? And although Brothers in Great Millstone, you know, you're supposed to be doing, you know, X amount of videos, all right, and the real tally is being recorded in the heavens, man. Because there's no amount of videos that you can do, all right, that's gonna guarantee you a spot on a chariot. Okay, that's not a metric of success, but it is an indicator of the guys that are on fire. All right, so you can see why GMS pushes that. All right, but if you're having a tough time, reset yourself, man. You know, reset yourself, get your spirit right, pray, fast, and shake that off of you. All right, when you read Psalms the 51st chapter, King David prayed, man, that to create in me a clean heart and renew in me a right spirit. All right, that's something we basically need to pray every day, man. Not basically, we need to pray that every day. All right, because every day is a new demon. Every day is you have a different energy level. All right, things you want to do. You have every day you have a different level of patience and things you can tolerate, and you know it wears on you, man. But you have to look at every new day as a new day. And if you wake up and you're still comforted by the word, you're still comforted by the destruction of America, you're comforted by the Lord being on his way back, then that's the precious thing, man. You know, that's the precious thing that you got to hold on to. That's what Satan wants to rip out of you. Once you let that go and you stop fearing the Lord, you know, all the things of not doing videos or scoffing and whatever guys do when they fall out, those are all symptoms of you not fearing the Lord, man. All right? That's why in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it says, what is the conclusion of the whole matter? To fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Because everything else, all of these other bug-out doctrines, you got guys soaking a damn ham in Coca-Cola, all right? That's all a consequence of them not fearing the Lord. You know, so those are the things, those are the two fundamental things that you want to get locked down in your spirit, man, and pray. You know, we have days, man. Every Monday morning, I be wanting to give up the spirit and just know what I got to go back, you know, and deal with Esau and you know, you work, do what you got to do to provide for yourself. But we all feel it, man. And we're all there for each other. That's why we're a body. That's why we're a brother. All right. And that's why we tap in with each other. And I need to be much better with that, you know, with tapping in with Akim in general. All of the brothers we met across, you know, all of the camps. You know, it's good to lock in, man. Be a little bit more engaging on the comment boards, man. You know, even if it's just a precept, you know, stay locked in into that spirit, because you know we're not regular civilians, man. All right, and when we have to go in, we're basically going in undercover, and that does something. It wears, it drains our spirit, man. And we have to constantly be renewed. You got demons attacking us at all times. All right, your flesh is looking for its chance to buck up and be rebellious. So we're at war, you know, and that's one way. That's the best way to look at it. All right, we're at war, and although you may not have the highest kill count, you can worry about not getting put down yourself. All right, there's some men in war. If you watch that movie Napoleon, all right, in that movie Napoleon, when he went to fight General Wesley in the Battle of Waterloo, which is the battle that Napoleon basically lost that ended his reign. When you went to go fight him in that battle, man, you had men literally there with no guns. Their job was to just stand there with the banner while other men are fighting each other and taking cannonballs to the face. They literally were just standing there. One man is beating the drum, other man is holding the banner. See, they're not going to get the glory of the men that got all of the kills, you know, but it's still the same glory, because we all went out there to fight. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry less about the quantity of videos. Although you should have a fiery enough spirit to be doing them. All right. Worry about the reason why it's not being done. You know, that demon jumped on me earlier this year, man. You know, and that's something we have to think about. You know, there are root causes to why, you know, certain demons have more access to us than they should. Okay. And if you're not examining yourself to work all of that out, you know, being occupied in the spirit, then Satan's going to get the better of you, you know. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with feeling tired. There's nothing wrong with wanting, you know, to for the kingdom to come, you know, sooner. All right. But you got to pray to make sure that fire is in you. And the reason that fire is important is because the men that are on fire now, they're going to have the best chance of resisting the hour of temptation, man. All right. The guys that kind of think they're in the truth, that maybe they, you know, they're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you know, they're not rooted, man. All right. And these people have not really seen true adversity. As the scriptures say, you have not resisted yet unto blood. All right. So these people have not really seen war or any type of traumatic event. And so when the hour of temptation comes, they're going to bitch up, man. If you're not completely rooted, you don't have a warrior spirit. When you're reading the Maccabees, how those men were willing to die, even anything in the face of torture. All right. Then ultimately you're not going to be redeemed, you know. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Hashem Ruach Kodash Shalom Ahabatam Shalom.